Hello Aquarians, welcome to August. This is thank you for coming to my channel As I See You Tarot. This is a general reading for August 1st to the 15th of 2020. General reading does not resonate with everybody, so please take what fits. I've already shuffled the cards, and we'll ask the angel and spirit guides what are things that our Aquarians can are focusing on or is needing their attention in from August 1st to the 15th of 2020. This is a new channel, and I definitely appreciate you watching this video, and would appreciate your support if you would click the like button, if you will hit the subscribe button and the notification button. This will help with the algorithms, and give me an opportunity to improve the channel and just be more patient with me. So I appreciate Aquarians your time with this. So this is a general reading. 5 card. Give me a moment here to sort of spirits and guides. What are we looking at? This here represents sort of your immediate past, things that are sort of influencing your immediate sort of future. This reflects your immediate present. This reflects your immediate future. These are challenges that you may be dealing with or to be aware of, so you can sort of hit them on before they get out of hand. And this is sort of your outcomes of sort of immediate issues here. So, and you'll see as each one sort of plays into each other. The Princess of Swords, in some tarot cards, it's also considered the Page. It's used sort of interchangeably. Oops. This card up here. So, when we're looking here for sort of your immediate, your relationships and love relationships, this signifies, reflects sort of that you may have had a curious sort of intellect, or they're flirty or nervous energy, and perhaps you might have experienced some anxiety. When it comes to relationships, you might have been sort of nervous or worried or scared of sort of emotional confrontation, and it could have been avoided perhaps if it was dealt more face on instead of ignored. It represents sort of an emotional state of quality. It signals a relationship that's more cerebral. You think about it more from the heart. If you're in a relationship, significant relationship, you may have had some heady discussions and sort of where you want to go and what you're doing. You may have experienced some being a little more wary of emotional intimacy for some reason. You could have had a partner that's emotional needs are not being met. It could be you or your significant other. And it symbolizes sort of that there could have been a small or sort of petty dispute that you may have had with an emotional partner, or at least or someone close to you, a close friend, or whoever you consider you can have to care about, because love, you can love your friends as well, so not necessarily romantic love. And that this could have been avoided with if it was handled more properly. So as we go into our present, how it influences our present, we have our 3 of Cups here. And again, we have relationships. You sort of see the 2 individuals here, and it's interesting. It has to do with friendships and communities and in happiness. That perhaps you were able to sort of reach uh, that pinnacle, or you've reached a happy spot that you might be in right now, and those issues in the past perhaps have cleared up. When it comes to sort of your romantic or close relationships, it again signals sort of their celebration. That perhaps it's summertime and you're opportunity to get with friends or gatherings in some way, because we might be limited due to the pandemic, but you perhaps are trying to figure out a way to do those. If you're involved in a relationship, these social gatherings will bring you two closer together, and you feel more as a couple if you hadn't felt that way before. And you are getting along better. If it's being around your friends, if you're single, you have more meaning with your friends, and things will feel sort of more gratifying and more deeper. When it comes to your career, this sort of represents a career that there may have been a number of work-related events that are pending or coming up very soon, or you've heard about. There's an opportunity for sort of gatherings at work, or whether it's church, whatever you consider work, that can take on sort of meaning forms, and that they're positive, and it's sort of there's celebrations coming up, weddings, retirements, whatever. If you're launching a new business, or you're planning a release, these events will go particularly well because they're coming up soon. And you'll find that sort of external engagements and activities are positive, as much as you are able to do them, whether you're being creative and doing them on Zoom or something else. It's a good time to sort of enjoy your relationships and supportive celebrations. And when it comes to your finances, when it's in a financial sort of place, it sort of symbolizes that you have a lot to celebrate financially. Perhaps you're doing well, and not super well, but you're doing well. Okay, it could be worse. However, it's important not to get too carried away, and if you're attending sort of all these social activities, to not spend more than you need to. So it's don't be stingy, but use caution. And it's good to be sort of joyous and spending. Feels good to buy things for other people, but it just sort of forewarns to not to go too crazy, especially in this where we are right now in this time of unsureness for many people in our economy. In our future, in our present, our immediate sort of future, here we have the Two of Swords, and the card looks sort of dark and sinister, but it's I got the full moon there, which we just had. Hopefully people are Aquarians weren't affected by the full moon. I'm sure you were. Many people were. But in your immediate future, this is it's asking you to sort of to look at a situation, and that you need to make a choice, and perhaps neither are appealing. So it perhaps can be choosing between a relationship, but choosing between whether you're going to stay in a relationship, or perhaps you've been in a relationship and you've been hesitant about making a decision. But this card here is basically saying that you need to make a decision. That if it doesn't appear that if you've been dating someone or doing something, that this has been a very positive experience. In your romantic area, this suggests being stuck, making decisions, that you're attempting to sort of between what decision to make, or other aspects of your life that may impact. It shows that instead of being sort of an active, you're sort of just avoiding, and perhaps you've been sitting on the fence and just going with the flow. It cautions that you be careful that the world doesn't make a choice for you. So It sort of advises that you be more active and follow your intuition, because usually your intuition or that gut feeling or that hair in the back of your neck that sort of raises is telling you something. The universe is telling you something, and not to overlook it. And so trust your intuition. It could, because it indicates you're sort of in a stalemate, and you recognizing you're in a stalemate, and it's time to sort of get off the fence and not ignore any concerns or problems, but make some decisions that are right for you. And when it comes to career, it's you may have been in denial about your financial situation if you're unemployed, or if you unemployed, unfortunately, and sorry if you're getting unemployment benefits and the changes that may be happening to you. You sort of have to need to pay attention to your finances and not sort of overlook them. It's sort of saying you have to make some tough choices, and perhaps if you come into some sort of money, to spend it wisely, or use it for things that need to help you, and not splurge. This is basically saying use some caution in here. So hopefully, yeah, it's very interesting. That darky and gloominess comes up here. Especially if you are in some sort of, it could be a work relationship, but I'm getting more on this as a person, an interpersonal relationship for Aquarians, that if you are involved and you're in a stalemate, that you're sort of in that query of knowing you need to make a decision, but you're not making a decision, you're putting it off. And I think this card here is basically sort of saying in your near future to make a decision. It's time to make a decision. And here is your immediate sort of challenges, things to be aware of, or to sort of prepare for it. Now you'll notice you have the Two of Pentacles here, and it shows sort of one foot in front of the other, and it's sort of a balancing. You can go one way or you can go the next, and it sort of ties in with your Two of Swords here. This has to do with balance, and it has to do with making decisions and adapting to sort of changes that you need to sort of make. So, sorry, I got a glare there, folks. I just realized that. It's it's saying be careful. It's going to be sort of a tight decision, but to use your brain. It suggests sort of again, it's an importance of balancing things, and not going overboard, but not doing nothing. And when it comes to sort of relationships, it generally appears that there's a lot of responsibilities that you have to take sort of care of, and that includes taking care of yourself, and balancing that, and don't get caught up in somebody else. If that's you're in sort of a toxic relationship, or someone who's demanding and more of your time, and you don't have much time for yourself, this is that balance. That you might have been feeling strained and juggling, whether it's relationship, career, family, or just a relationship, especially if you've been pent up in, stay-at-home sort of situations with somebody. If you, consider your relationship important, it's careful not to neglect your partner. However, on the other side, if you're in an over-demanding partner and you're not getting anything out of it, it's sort of saying, what are you going to do about it? If you're single right now, you may have to make some careful decisions and calculations. Are you ready to be in a relationship? Perhaps you have met somebody, but you're cautious and not sure if you have the time or the energy to put a lot of stuff into it. So it just, use your intuition. In the end, you have to decide what's most important to you, and make good choices that sound right for you. When it comes to your career, you may again be sort of balancing projects, or being split between two different projects. It could be a hectic time, but some things are either dumped on you at the last minute, and you sort of have to, take on the extra load, and be a little stressed. Maybe perhaps it wasn't your responsibility, but in the end, if you handle it correctly, people will be impressed, and it shows that do the best you can, and work with it, and you'll be rewarded in some way. May not see it immediately, but it will come. you know, it'll give you an opportunity to show how resourceful you are and sort of how creative you can be. So, and it's a temporary state. It won't be a long term. However, just be wary that you don't accept more work than you need to. So again, it's about balance and using good judgment and relying on your intuition. And you know, it looks like you'll be compensated in some way. May not be immediate at the immediate time, but it's a good card to be in. When it comes to your finances, this is working hard on your paying attention to your bills and making sure that your bills are paid, and you might have to be doing a juggling act about where you're finding money to come up with stuff. Perhaps, and if you come into any sort of immediate money, no matter what it is to sit down and have a financial plan and keep some for the rainy day and not go hog wild. But it's time to sort of, while you're in this sort of unstable ground, things happen very quickly. So plan ahead and do research. Contact reputable or friends that you trust that could perhaps help you if you don't know on sort of the decisions how to spend money or where to sort of balance. Who do you pay and how much do you pay to somebody to keep that. In our outcomes here, this is a major arcana card, and it has to do with justice. And this usually means that if you've been sort of treated unfairly, or you've experienced something that's not a fault of your own, it basically says the universe will take care of you. It suggests that if you've been wronged in your outcomes, that in the Justice card, that this will bring you sort of relief. If particularly keyword, if your actions weren't the cause of it, and if you weren't treating people very nicely or didn't do something nicely, it serves sort of as a warning. But the justice represents the truth that most likely you have not been treated very well, and it's sort of a karma card that be patient and keep on your best foot, do the right thing, and karma will come around. It symbolizes sort of the attention that's coming, and it may not be immediate, but it could be whether it relates to your life, career, or an important decision that you have to make, perhaps that relationship that you've been questioning if should you be in, or if you're unsure about something, you'll get a solution once and for all, and the solution will feel good. Again, the justice is about karma coming, and as long as you put forth a good effort, whether it's love, romance, or in your career, if you've been kind and loving and supportive in your relationships, it will be mirrored. And if you are single, this sort of demonstrates that, and you've been a sort of a positive person, that you will attract somebody, that someone new will come in. But mainly this card has to do with law and cause and effect, and so be careful of resentment and defensiveness from someone else, perhaps whether it is a significant other or someone you've been involved with, because when you start making the right decisions and sort of taking control, be prepared that others around you who don't want you to change, to expect resentment and defensiveness and conflicts, but to handle them with grace and understanding, and stay away from that person if you possibly can. As long as your issues are handled with honesty and good faith, justice is going to come out. When it comes to your career, whatever your career may be, it signals sort of that things will work out in your favor. Things, if you've been job promotions coming up that you might have been passed over in the past, or someone's said something at work, karma's going to come around and take care of it. And people will see the truth, and that's what it sort of represents. That to trust your instincts and stick to honesty and commitment, and justice brings about fair and balanced dealings, and you'll win in the end. When it comes to your finances, again, it's about being honest and fair. When it comes to your financial dealings, if you owe people money, try to do the best. Don't ignore them. If you borrow things, return them. It suggests that keep things balanced, and your finances will be good. So this is a very good card to have. And again, it may not be in immediate, like you're going to see it tomorrow, but just remember laws of attraction. Keep a positive mind. It's important to how you feel. Laws of attraction and the universe really do attract on the good feelings and focus on the good things. Even if there's a bad relationship here, don't focus on the negativity of that. Focus on what was good. Focus on your inner strengths that were good. Focus on the good, the good decisions that you're making, and feel those good decisions, and feel your immediate future is going to be good, even if it does not perfect right now. But start getting in that mindset that you're going to be in a better place, and how it's going to feel to be in a better place. And the universe is, and laws of attraction are definitely going to support you. So it's important. It's important to not focus on negative. Focus on positive, and find those positive strengths, and feel that way as best as you can, and you'll come forward here. So Aquarians, thank you again to stopping by my channel as I See You Tarot. This is an August 1st to the 15th 2020 general reading, and again, it may not resonate, but so pay attention to your sun signs. And hopefully I appreciate your time, and again, this is new, and I appreciate your patience, but it will help me greatly to perfect it if you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell for Google algorithms, and give me an opportunity, and I thank you very much for this. So have a good one. Thank you, man.